Most people, like me, like to have control over their bodies and what they do and don't do. And is that correct? Okay. So shouldn't that apply to men and women who want to have one night stands? Hi, my name is Mercedes Hobson, and today I'm going to talk about why one night stands are sometimes seen as being wrong and why it shouldn't be. I'm going to do this by talking about why people judge those who have one night stands, why it's seen as being deviant, why it shouldn't be seen as being deviant, and if you really want to know, to just ask. So first, why do people consider this as being deviant? A lot of people tend to look at one night stands as being deviant because we have different morals and values and what we believe is right and wrong. And this goes from religious backgrounds and how you were grown up, what you were taught, and we tend to carry that in our lives, not just in our lives, but we tend to instill that to our future generation as well, such as our kids and stuff like that. So that's one of the main reasons why people would see this act as being deviant. But the question is, although you have your own morals, values, and beliefs, shouldn't we be respecting others? And if you think about it, how is this situation affecting you? Just as a person, even if, regardless of your morals and values, how is it affecting you? The second reason why it shouldn't be seen, that's why people consider it as being deviant. This is why people shouldn't consider it as being seen deviant. It doesn't cause any hurt or harm to you. Like I said, we all like to have a feeling of being in charge of what we do with our bodies, and this is including women as well. Because, well, for example, not including women, but for example, women like to have the right in deciding whether or not they want to have an abortion or keep the baby, correct? Most women do. They like to have that decision. But there's people out there with their different morals and beliefs who think that they shouldn't be making that decision. So they try to stop them by shaming them and telling them that they're going to go to hell, or telling them that you're killing a human being, just anything to stop you from making a decision that you felt was right. And that's including Georgia's government, such as Brian Kemp and the heartbeat bill. If a heartbeat is detected within the first 6 weeks, the woman must have the child. And if they choose not to, they could face imprisonment. And the same things go for men. Men who want to have the right to have a vasectomy, they should have that right to do what they want with their bodies, and they shouldn't feel forced to do something that they don't want to do based off of society's standards and what they think is right. So my last point is, if you do come in contact with someone who had a one-night stand, don't be that person to bring it up unless you're comfortable enough, or unless you guys are close enough to where that they wouldn't mind talking about it. And if you do bring it up and they don't want to talk about it, then you should respect that and don't force it, because you might end up losing the relationship and it's not even worth it. And no one wants to feel like they're being placed in an awkward position to conform to what you think is right and wrong. So just respect it. And this is why having one night stands shouldn't be seen as wrong or deviant. And this is why people see it as being deviant. This is why you shouldn't see it as being deviant. And like I said, if you know someone who has one, just kind of go with the flow, because it's not hurting you, it's not affecting you, and if it's not doing those two things, then what's the problem? Again, my name is Mercedes Hobson, and I hope that you enjoyed this message.